Loot Bet. Made for live betting.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
It's the quick scope! This is unreal! Anything is possible. Anything is possible! Yustillo is a monster, Tom!
Welcome back to StarSeries Season 5 Finals. We do have the second best of 3 for you guys on the B stream just about to begin. It is going to be HellRaisers up against Renegades. A bit of a weird one this is. On paper, it seems like a great matchup. On paper, it seems like maybe a close game that HellRaisers could maybe just take away, in my opinion. But after yesterday's performance of seeing Renegades get 6 rounds in 2 maps up against Godsent, nonetheless, I don't know what to make of this.
Yeah, no, that's really weird, especially considering how we've seen Renegades look initially as well as of late. They've been playing some pretty solid Counter-Strike. Here we see the current standings as of right now. Virtus.pro managing to grab that 1-1, so that means they've taken out Gambit in a pretty close fashion. From what I could tell, it was overtime on the first map, and as we went over to our desk here, it was 14-13, so pretty close fought battle, but VP are going to be able to eke one out there.
Crazy.
Outside of that, I guess same standings as we ended the first day on, pretty much. HGO, Team Liquid, Avantgarde, Tyloo, Godsent, NiP, SK Gaming, and Mousesports all claiming victories in their first game. And I think the biggest upset there, without question, is Na'Vi losing 2-0 to Tyloo.
2-0 as well. That's the crazy part, right? Like, not even close in terms of the series score. That's a weird one, but Tyloo have certainly been one of those Chinese teams on the up and up recently. The addition of Exacurate has been pretty fantastic, actually, and Bentet has been back to fragging as well since removing the IGL role. So, yeah, it's been nice to see.
Actually, Bentet's back to the IGL role. Yeah, he's back to IGL role and still just dominating.
He's still fragging.
Yeah, still fragging like an absolute maniac. And in addition to that, they're playing with a stand-in because obviously most... broke his arm, I think. Something to that, or fracture or something like that in his arm. And they're playing with AE from Eclipse instead, but he's been doing all right for himself. But we're going to focus on Renegades versus HellRaisers. And as you can see, the veto phase has started. HellRaisers is going to take out Nuke. Not a favorite map of theirs. Overpass goes the way of Renegades. That's out of there. Inferno being picked from HellRaisers. Yeah, that's the map that Renegades saw yesterday.
Oh, no.
That didn't pan out too well. Mirage is going to be their pick, though. And Cash being taken out. HellRaisers. Renegades, pretty decent Cash team, absolutely so not too surprising. And Dust 2 is going to be the map that goes by the wayside. I think a lot of teams are going to shy away from Dust 2 early on.
It's never like the first ban, but it's also never picked.
It's a game that has to waste their veto on Dust 2 in that sense.
And teams are still working out, like, okay, who's comfortable with it?
Yeah, like, have you guys played Dust 2?
Do I risk picking this versus HellRaisers? They've not played it, but they might have. Because that's the thing, HellRaisers might just have this as a pocket pick. They might not be picking Dust 2 because, of course, Inferno, they already know is a great map. But what if HellRaisers are really, really good at Dust and have secretly prepared some stuff? And
that's the cool thing as well, right? Because Renegades play in a different region as well, so they don't necessarily have had the opportunity to see if HellRaisers practicing Dust 2, or actually practiced against them leading up to the tournament. So that'll makes it a bit more of a wild card. So they decided to go with the safe choice of Train. Not a bad map for Renegades either. Familiar territory by all means. But yeah, no, I think regardless of what the map pool looks like in this matchup, if Renegades are going to play as poorly as they did yesterday, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I didn't see the game. I just saw the scoreline afterwards, but that is such an anomaly. It's always one of the weirdest results we had, just in the sense that like Renegades are a good team and they were able to get plenty of success, especially towards the latter end of last year, and even coming into this year, they started to look good. But I mean, even Sydney, just a couple of weeks ago, they got straight out of groups there as well. So it's weird to see them just crumble against Godsend. Of course, Godsend, a team on the rise, certainly. They've improved massively. Hampus has been really reshaping that team and also been one of those IGLs that can actually carry his team as well, him alongside kind of Brolin and Twist being the fraggers for that roster. And I find it weird to think that even with Godsend looking good, that Renegades would only get 6 rounds.
Yeah, especially when it's been recapped to us, the fact that they won 3 pistols in that matchup as well and only managed to make that into 6 rounds in total over the course of 2 maps. That's ridiculous. Pretty terrible. But here we see the Inferno stats. Obviously, like we said, we were surprised by it, and you could tell that by the recent results. It's a bit of an anomaly to see Renegades do that poorly on Inferno. So I think there's fair reason to believe that that's not going to be the case today. We're going to see a different showing from them. Again, the core, I guess, of the Renegades team in the sense of in terms of fragging has been playing well as of late in Jakim, Azur, and JKS. JKS, ever since Naf, left the team and went for Liquid, has been playing way better. Yeah. Kind of stepped out of the shadow and gotten back to the point where we expected him to be. Obviously, back in 2015 with Vox Seminor and everything, he was kind of touted as the one star from Australia that's eventually going to get picked up by an NA team, going to go on to great things and all that kind of stuff, but never really came to happen. Instead, it just kind of took a bit of a step back from those massive performances and actually making Vox into a pretty exciting team, which is a bit of a shame, but he seems to be finding his form once more. And here on the other side of I guess the hallway or the arena. Yeah, we've got Issa and HellRaisers. Issa coming off DreamHack Horse with a formidable performance really throughout the tournament. He was absolutely nuts.
Second place, but he still got the HLTV MVP, the only person other than Simple to actually get it despite not
losing,
winning the event, which is crazy. He had an amazing event. Only one bad rating, and that was in a 16-3 loss to Envy on Inferno, actually.
It's kind of hard to get a positive rating in that one.
Yeah, that was such a weird game.
That was day 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, day 1, and then they just came in and just smashed everyone. They replayed Envy on that map and they destroyed them. So it was a bit of an anomaly there. Maybe much like Renegade's performance yesterday as well, or so we hope at least, because regardless of how this game goes, I don't want another 16-3. I want a close game. And I feel like Renegades are a team that should be able to put up a close game between them and HellRaisers.
Definitely. So for me, the wild card really of the Renegades side is going to be 2 wild cards really, and it's the 2 players we haven't mentioned yet, Nifty and Ustilo. Ustilo is the kind of player who can either give you 30 or he can give you 2. All depending on the day. Very up and down. But Nifty is going to have a really, really tough duel going into this one with this versus Voxic. Voxic's probably won't been the hottest opera in Europe, like in terms of like up and comers this year.
I mean, is even up and comers a way to reference him? He is, I think, one of the best opers right now.
Yeah, but he's still newest kid on the block in that sense.
Yeah, definitely.
But that makes it all the more impressive, right? To be able to adjust to the level that quickly and just never really stop. You never run into that plateau or something. He just keeps rising and keeps stepping up to the tasks and challenges ahead. One
of the stats I was looking at before DreamHack Tour is coming into that event just last week. So there are only 2 positive players in the last 3 months for HellRaisers taking more kills than deaths.
Yeah,
obviously Issa and Wox. Issa's plus 70. Woxit was plus 250.
That's ridiculous, actually.
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. No, he was plus 313. He was 250 more than Issa. That was what it was. So it's plus 313 more kills and deaths, which I don't know how you can physically do, but he is a machine.
He is a bit of a special player, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Also, and we talked about how there's always like players from I guess not typical CS nations that are starting to showcase themselves, and obviously Issa being from Jordan. And now you have Voxic coming out of Turkey. Turkey, obviously, they have space soldiers, but outside of that, there's not necessarily the widest player pool in terms of top-level talent. Yeah. Obviously, they have a lot of stuff growing in, as we've seen with Kazakhstan as well. there's a lot of skilled players every now and again, and Voxy has kind of found his platform outside of a Turkish team to really take himself to, or become a familiar name with everyone at home.
Yeah, same as Isra in the sense that like he was one of the FPL rising players, and I think his pickup was questioned by a lot of people, and rightly so. You know, he'd only played really locally. He'd never
doesn't really have any background.
Yeah,
he played for C5.
Exactly right. Never played in Europe, and then suddenly came into this team, and you know had a. I remember his first games. It was like the Mykonos qualifier. I remember those were online, and he had like a shaky start to joining this team, but literally after I'd say maybe a month, he was already one of the best players on the team, and it's been great to see his kind of rise and his improvement as well. And the Woxic-Issa combo is such a good duo because you can just see when you watch them play, they're just hyping each other up. When they're winning rounds, they're screaming, they're shouting at each other. Issa gets really pumped, really like motivational player in that way. And it's really nice to see them both kind of play sites together, be loud, be proud, and frag high like they always do.
Yeah, no, it's really cool actually to see HellRaisers actually being successful in that sense. They're a very, very good team, and they play well. They're the kind of team that nobody really likes to play against because they have such a high skill ceiling across the board. But they're doing it with a very unique mix of nationalities, right? Obviously, CS has a long history of just being, you know, strictly same nation teams for the longest time. And if anything, if you were exotic, you'd maybe stray out. You know, maybe Scandinavians would play with each other. Maybe you have, you know, some mixed teams of Russians and Ukrainians, that kind of stuff. But that was like to the extent of it.
Yeah, same language.
Exactly. You never saw anything more than that. But here we got, you know, one guy from Jordan, one guy from Turkey, two from Ukraine, and obviously Dead Fox from Hungary. Yeah. So. It's definitely getting all kind of cultures in there, but it's working out well, and that's super cool to see.
Yeah, this is the best HellRaisers team we've seen in quite a while, I would say.
It is probably the best HellRaisers team ever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, at least in CSGO history, right? I'm trying to think, you know, who
trying to think
really
like early, it would have been like the Adren lineups or something that would have been rival. But obviously the
in
general
2 years,
level, the general level is
just
just so much better. In these days. So I have no doubt that this team would utterly smash the old HellRaisers lineup.
Yeah, I could completely agree with that one. And Renegades are going to win the 9th round, at least. Let's move on to Renegades a little bit, talk about them. Jacob into this roster, who's obviously joined, was part-time, was temporarily, but he has been an absolute demon. He's been a star.
He's been a godsend for Renegades, really, in so many ways. Everyone thought that with NAF moving away from that team, they would go back to mediocrity because they finally started looking well. They won the Star Ladder event in China, obviously beating out Virtus.pro. They were doing more than just, you know, getting kind of the freebie pass to the major qualifiers through the Asian region, right? And now they were actually, you know, bringing it to teams and doing well for themselves. And they've managed to continue so with Jacob. They didn't really need any sort of transition period, came into the team. It gave JKS more room to kind of be his old self, and it's had an overwhelmingly positive effect on the team, which is really cool to see when kind of both sides of a trade benefit from it, because obviously Liquid, they're not unhappy about how NAF has done for himself in Liquid.
Yeah, not at all. And again, like another mixed team in terms of lots of cultures and having a Norwegian, an American, and 3 Australians. I actually casted the Cologne NA qualifier the other day. I did the grand final.
With it was Optic, right?
It was Optic Renegades. There's one American in the North American Grand Final, which is quite funny. And that is nifty. So, yeah he's been
the home state.
Exactly, right? He's been the AWPing, cooling star for the team alongside Jacob. Those 2 players have been very good. And I feel like when you have the Aussies here, if you have Jacob and Nifty both performing, and then you just get one Aussie on top of that having a good game, you've got a really, really scary Renegades.
Definitely do. One of the, I guess, most recent changes with the Renegades roster is that you'll note there's no coach behind them anymore. Gomez is still sitting back there, making sure all the guys are you know, in their places and doing what they're supposed to do. But Kassad is no longer a part of that Renegade squad, and I think he was a pretty integral part as to why we saw the rise in form from Renegades and how they got gradually better. You know, the style of play that he implemented on this side as well. Hasn't been released any information as to why he decided to step away from it. Might have been travel. That is fairly exhausting. But in any case, it's going to be interesting to see how that actually affects Renegades.
Renegades have picked the T side of Inferno.
That is interesting.
I feel like maybe they're just scared of HellRaisers T side, and maybe they didn't get a chance to play the T side yesterday as well, with only getting 6 rounds. I'm not sure about that, but hey, let's see. I'm open to ideas. Rarely see it on Inferno. Again, the city-sided map, and we do have them going up towards the apartments, up into the hands of Angel, who starts it off. HellRaisers with a pick, and Issa, he's going to be overwhelmed. He lets him pass. That's good timing. He even catches a kill as well. Tries to dart back out through the apps, and bunny hops his way into second middle. How the hell is Issa still standing? They can't find him. They instantly fall back and try and take control of the end of apartments where Angel sits. I think HellRaisers may be a little bit confused by this because it's clear they don't know they're in the apps. Woxic finds a Glock and somehow gets a range kill. Issa coming in for the backstab, and that is a mess of a round. Great work for HellRaisers.
Everyone except for JKS got shot in the back there on the side of Renegades. They were never really given a chance to return fire. And I mean, the starting put for HellRaisers is really good. That CZ paying off in a big way for Angel as well, getting 2 frags with that. So HellRaisers getting off to the start they want, and Renegades, well, maybe that ghost starts to loom, that voice in the head. And the head is just starting to whisper ever so slightly.
They got 3 rounds with pistols, right? What happens without pistols is now my question.
That is the big question indeed. Hopefully they'll have sorted out some things. Obviously early days, but the 2 upcoming rounds should be a formality for HellRaisers. We do see a force buy coming in from Renegades, seeing how they didn't get a bomb plant in that pistol round, but
for me, the Big Warriors, right, they played this map, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they got 3. And the Big Warriors got sent on, like, known for their Inferno, but this is HellRaisers' best map. So, or one of their best maps, I guess you could argue. So it's quite worrying. Just, like, no matter what team you are, I think this is a hard game to win, especially on this first one. So I really am going to be expecting HellRaisers to have a pretty simple affair on this map, but already off to a good start in this round, or good end, I guess. It's just JKS. He has wormed his way in the graveyard, but I'm sure that's where he'll be joining his teammates pretty shortly going down.
Yeah, no, you can see the HellRaisers team just sat around the bomb. They have full control over the round. JKS just hoping that somebody strays off. Doesn't really seem to be the case. And as you mentioned, HellRaisers are a formidable Inferno team as well. And especially Voxic playing that archery. He doesn't play that static angle grinder kind of type of op really either. He's going to go in there, get into mid, try to find aggressive peaks and openings and so on to really mess up with the T side. And he's really efficient in doing so as well. And JKS heads up play, throws away the Colt. That means that it's not going to be retrievable, and it's going to be predominantly SMGs being taken into the next round. Voxic low HP does get the information and actually goes for the repeat as well, brimming with confidence, and that's the 4K for him. And a lot of money saved up for that op fund.
The fact that Voxic just wide strafes that with 10 points of health when he has 2 teammates in the same spot is just showing that he's already feeling it, Vendetta. He's already ready for this game, and I don't blame him. 2-0 for HellRaisers. This will be another pretty clean sweep. Don't have anything for Renegades.
Yeah, it should be. Renegades not getting a bomb plant in any of these rounds. Probably not going to be any different. Jake may have been taking some slice damage from one of his teammates. So
make matters worse.
Yeah. This is going to be a bit of a gauntlet run for Renegades. Up mid, blocks only, and Angel is going to feast on them together with Voxic.
He's got the Glock. He loves a Glock, apparently. I didn't even know that. He's took it from the pistol, carrying it on, but still 2 kills coming through, and a bomb plant for Renegades. Hey, you said it wouldn't happen, and I believed it as well.
Shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't happen, you're right. It's deep in the apps, it's going to finally run out, but I mean, JKS is just, he's out of here. He's speeding around the speedway and just running into the apartments, going for the long wraparound. Bond are going to hear it. They can just jump on the bomb. They're already on the bomb, and he knows that. He wasn't trying to win the round, and of course, the bomb plant on a full Glock round is more than you would hope for if you are Renegades, so that's pretty good. That's going to give them a lot of chances now to buy up full weaponry. The AWP can be thrown over. That bomb plant has had a lot of effect.
It really has. JKS actually is going to be the one to drop over the op as well for Nifty. So that means that he's not going to have the utility needed, but still pretty decent buy coming in from Renegades. And yeah, that bomb plant does do wonders for them. And speaking of ops, Voxic has upgraded from the UMP. Only did it go down as well, so he had to rebuy anyway. But here we go. The aggressive peaks into mid, starts it off, wins the up duel with Nifty. HellRaisers off to a great start. It's just so quick. Jacob already been tagged down to 10 HP as well.
I mean, this is the fear factor. Voxic with the AWP already finding early kills. Yeah, I would never want to play against this man. This is one of the most terrifying players in the CS scene right now. And Dead Fox, look at him down banana. He's so hungry for this kill. He's not going to be able to find him. He could have shot through the smoke, but Jacob going to thank his lucky stars and get the hell out of there. HellRaisers, still a bit of utility. 1 smoke left towards B. So they can't really cycle that for too much longer. They eventually give away that top banana control and just hold, bottom banana control and hold towards the top.
Yeah. Dead Fox just speaking for information. He also has Bondik set up with a smoke grenade, so whenever anything goes down, Bondik's going to drop the smoke, and Dead Fox is going to retreat through that. But it seems like Renegades are more set towards this A-bomb site. Not really too keen on moving.
Oh, that Molotov's so good, though. It really delays the push up. You can see they're just kind of caught in middle right now, meaning that smoke on long, that's being wasted, because half of that smoke time is going to be countered by the Molotov, and Renegades aren't even committing to it.
To save? Asa hasn't moved pretty much at all for the entirety of the round. Okay, they're seemingly grouping up for B here.
This is a very...
Bondik has actually rotated off as well, so let's see if the smoke comes in time. It should be. There we go.
It's just very late here. Like 15 seconds up. There's still 2 players on the site. I don't see a way they can get this done, and the bomb goes through the smoke. Oh, insult to injury here for Renegades. They will be able to pick it back up, but I doubt a plant can come through when Bondik is just speeding in, but he gets flashed. That's a team flash as well. That may cost them a lot here. HellRaisers are losing players. A dive through the smoke from Angel, and he gets punished. This is a 4-on-2 for HellRaisers just seconds ago, and Renegades has now made this a possibility. Flash over the top, blinds Jacob, but he still gets the kill. It's Ustillo actually to drop Issa, and it's just Woxic. Retrieve the AK from the body of a player, and Ustillo jumping up into his grasp wins the duel. How the hell do Renegades win that round?
Off of floundering from HellRaisers. That was so unnecessary in so many ways. I have no idea what possesses Angel to run through that smoke there and pool and just give up an easy kill for Jacob. There's literally no reason to do that. Bomb has already gone down. You managed to team flash Bondik in a prime position to actually deny it. So we've already made a multitude of mistakes that should never happen. And, well, you pay the price of it. Renegades get lucky and steal away around where they really shouldn't have had any hope of actually doing so.
We do have the AWP back in at least, although armorless this time.
Yeah. Woxic can still do damage, though. Pretty active guy. And once again, yeah, peeking down mid from that quad side. Does have to be a little bit worried about you still potentially popping down into stairs.
Or Nifty, who's holding from ramp with his own AWP as well. So picked up from the body of Woxic. Renegade's got the free upgrade.
A lot of money saved that round for Renegades. Well, for now, very passive hold from HellRaisers. They've moved back. Woxic not interested in staying around mid too long. Probably knows his time limits on that. So no easy entries being given up for Renegades here. You can see the B setup is completely different from last time. Obviously, not as much utility either to work with as well. So have to change up their plans. And Renegades, if the Smokes manage to get control over mid, depends on what they're going to be able to do with this. So it doesn't really change too much of the HellRaisers setup at all. Still double pit setup here, one on balcony, one by the broken wall, and Woxic holding down Arch.
It's so slow from Renegades. So, you know, HellRaisers are totally fine with playing this because there's 30 seconds left when Renegades are actually going to set up for an execute, and only 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs to do it. They've got a fake player down on B. That's Nifty. Woxic almost getting caught in the corner as he goes in for the peak. Very aggressive considering the time, so he just tries to fall back.
It's 20 seconds left.
Yeah, I know. This is getting dangerous. Woxic getting caught out of position. That's a big mistake to make. They're pushing their way up short. The Renegades have found the entries to make it work. JKS with a double kill and already heavy map control taken. That bomb plant comes in, and Renegades are already pushed into the library and in middle as well. HellRaisers going to get forced out of that round. A lot of that is down to Woxic completely giving up long.
Yeah, tries to reposition way too late and does that in the most dangerous path as well, going from the archway area over towards the corner of arch by library, instead of just walking around, you know, through CT spawn into library. That would have been the much more safer path of doing it. Gets caught out, and that just spirals everything out of control. Also, obviously, great job by JKS to get a double kill there, because even if Woxic goes down in arch, it's not like you have the time necessarily to walk around with the bomb and arch and wrap around for a plant. So if Issa on the bomb site together with Angel is able to actually find any sort of frag, if they drop the bomb carrier, bomb rolls the wrong direction, like that could very easily be the end of Renegades, considering by the time JKS gets that double kill, there's 11 seconds left on the clock. That's not to be the case, though. Bondik manages to hold on to his Colt, so they got that going for them, but the rest of the team has to eco. And a second round for Renegades. They can't be cutting it this close every single round, though.
No.
That's for sure. They need to get going a lot sooner.
There's so much pressure in these late round situations that eventually teams will crumble. Oh, that's awkward.
Yep.
So Renegades, yeah, they need to make sure they go for a few earlier plays, and that's what they're looking to do already on B. 2 players at the top of Banana. Bondik potentially going for this peak. The one rifle in the round for the CT side. He gets spotted. Very, very aggressive here. He's got to be careful because they're pushing in. The flash goes through, but it's not going to work out. Nifty's found the kill to Bondic. Angel with his CZ has got to try and hold the line on his own, and that's a good start at the very least. Nifty dead, the AWP dropped, but still they continue to push on into their grasp of Angel. Without armor, he gets aim punched down to oblivion. Pistol in for Woxic and one tap to use Stillo. Somehow HellRaisers are making a mockery out of the Renegades in this round, but it's not over just yet. Jacob wants to make it so. He's dropped DevFox through smoke. Bomb Plant tries to come in, but JKS has it on lockdown. No rush through for Woxic.
Jacob was only on 9 HP as well, so he could have very easily gone down to Woxic there, but in the end, man advantage is superior for Renegades, and Issa all alone in Banana. Is going to find him as well and deal with that issue at hand. So all picked up as well. So not immense losses for Renegades by any means, even though it did look a little bit scary there for a moment of time. I'm just going to be sent back to Nifty as well, and this time no op in the hands of Voxic, but he's capable with the rifle as well.
Yep.
But Renegades already equaling their score total of day one.
That's a good sign for today, at least.
Definitely so. Moving in the right direction, and that's all we can ask for.
Yeah.
And again, considering the buy on HellRaisers' side, you know, we talked about how they would have been able to cycle through their nades and Banana to maintain control and so on. Don't necessarily have the luxury to do so. And we're 20 seconds into the round and already 2 smokes expended.
Oh, I think they're flashing through this one as well. The Molotov in Boiler, yeah, they're going straight in. Angel, he can line them up. They're all lined up together, but he only gets one. Jacob again, double kill in response, but Woxic still keeps a man advantage for the CT side. The good thing is here is JKS has dived out of apps, but the issue is with that is it's very late in the round. Everyone else is dead. Woxic, however, may not expect it, and that's a kill for JKS. A bomb under his control, and although a flank is hot on his heels, he may be able to get a plant in as long as he expects this flank to come through. He clearly doesn't. Going for the open plant, DevFox may be able to stop it. The footsteps heard, and he gets off the bomb. So not only does he not get the plant, but he doesn't get the round.
Yeah, a little bit too hesitant on there. Either needs to commit fully to just get a bomb plant and just give up the round, or fake the bomb. But does result in a HellRaisers round. Kind of interesting to see Renegades decide to go for a quick round in that scenario. They surely would have known that HellRaisers' money was not in the greatest state. So just trying to basically, yeah, dry out HellRaisers for all utility before you actually get going. I mean, we saw them definitely having no issue of actually waiting late into rounds in the previous weapon rounds, so. You see, ooh, that battle's going to be so intense for the remainder of the half. Nifty versus Voxic. Voxic gets a chance to land a bullet to the top of the dome of Nifty, but it's not going to go for the second time around.
Yeah, you don't really want to repeat that. So dangerous when the T's already got the angle on lockdown.
Utility has been expended, and parts of Banana have been given up, and DevFox is going to be able to find Azza. Locked behind the smoke, it's not going to fall back, and that's going to be his demise as well. You still and Jacob combine to find the trade, and that's going to be favorable for Renegades as well. It's going to have to force a rotation over from Angel here. So weakened defense on 8. Bomb still dropped. The back of T steps for Renegades, so they haven't really committed to anywhere at all.
We've already seen how many times Renegades have dived out these apps, so Issa checking his right side, being very careful, making sure that doesn't happen again. This time, though, JKS is in Boiler. And the push is going to come out through middle. Issa's alone. It's been at least isolated because the smoke down for long because cut off Woxic, and Jacob even shoots him through the smoke, adding insult to injury. Renegades full control over the A site, full control over the round, in fact. It's a reset to HellRaisers' economy. With only 2 guns kept into it so far, they definitely want to try and save them. The bomb is very slow to make its way up towards A, but it shouldn't be a problem here for Renegades because HellRaisers aren't biting.
Yeah. The question is, the quicker Renegades obviously realize this is when they should start going hunting. Even though their economy isn't in a great place as of right now, it's so much more expensive being on the CT side, so it's definitely worth it. You can easily give up 2 weapons actually in this kind of a scenario and still be fine. As you can see, Az is going to be able to buy up for himself. He still is going to be in a position where he can buy up for himself as well, in addition to the potentially saved weapons. And as for HellRaisers, it's a completely different story. If you take away these 2 guns, you probably feign any sort of interest in potentially force buying on the side of HellRaisers, but you also put them on, you know, a guaranteed eco, which again allows you to build up some economy as well. But well, Renegade's not seemingly interested in going for any of that. Maybe they, want to give HellRaisers the idea, or put the idea into their head that it might be worth force buying here.
Yeah.
That could be the that's very a very easy way for Half to get out of control if the CT side doesn't manage their money that properly. But considering how low this is, I can't see them actually force buying up.
Oh, some money's being spent.
Yeah, the two guys who saved Bondic, actually, yeah, they're fully committing.
They're going.
This
I mean, it makes sense with them being reset, so no loss bonus. That's that's the justification there for HellRaisers, right? They still got a double eco regardless. They've just been reset. Renegades have put them back down to $1,400. So there's the argument.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't get a lot out of it. Only 3 CZs, actually, to be fair.
Well, that is pretty scary in itself, I guess.
Yeah.
But for me, it's the lack of utility. You can see Angel's already expended everything he has towards Banana. He's got 1 flash to boot, but what's he going to be able to do with that? The smoke's down, so it's going to cut off most of the vision. Oh, wow. Just goes for the blind angle. And Bondic actually finds the Stillo as well. JKM, luckily for Renegades, finds a trade, though, but Bondic's going to be able to retrieve the weapon. Oh, nicely done, though, by Bondic, shooting the weapon over to Dead Fox here, even though he goes down.
Jacob's so aggressive, though. He just runs through a smoke and gets a headshot. Like, that's such a risky play on the side of Renegades. If he loses that fight, HellRaisers surely win the round, but if not, well, hey, here you have it. A 3v3, HellRaisers having stacked up on this B site, and a really good opportunity for Renegades to actually still crush this cash.
We get to see Jacob on the op, not a common occurrence. He's going to have to go up against Dead Fox. Take the shot, misses though. He's going to go for a re-peek. This is dangerous with the 9 HP. Box 6 over here at the B-bomb site to help him out as well. 40 seconds left. There's still time for Renegades to rotate over. Question is if they want to try to sell a fake. Nice Molotov, just going to force Dead Fox out of position.
Oh, an instant entry from JKS. Nifty will even follow up. He doesn't need the AWP. Renegades are all over this bomb site.
That's really well done by Renegades, utilizing their utility to full effect there. You can see Dead Fox is just kind of stuck in no man's land. Can't sit behind new boxes, can't go to dark corner. Both of those are Molotov'd off, so he's just stuck in the open, and JKS knows to take advantage of that. Great follow-up by Nifty as well.
I like this position. This is really nice. A lot of players actually don't realize you're hiding behind the flowers if you just crouch there. It's very hard to see a player through that. So if Renegades exits towards CT spawn, I'll be excited to see if they check it, but no.
There's actually a flower pot in spawn that's invisible for for someone standing in construction area when you peek towards or peek through spawn.
Yeah.
So if you're CT and hiding behind it, you're thinking to yourself like, I got cover, but it's actually just invisible for people from a distance for some weird reason.
You need to point that out to me so I don't make that mistake.
Well, yeah, just basically don't get behind the big vase, I guess, in T-spawn. That's a key point to take away. It's not a great angle in any case, so you probably wouldn't want to use it. But it's just an interesting thing. There's a lot of fun features about CSGO.
Broken game. Well, Renegade's off to a good start at this map at the very least. They have broken the cash of HellRaisers. $2,000 in the bank as they wait for the loss bonus to culminate.
But here's the thing, like even with another loss bonus, they're not going to have the greatest of buys, and this is why I was opposed to the force buy they just had, even though they were able to bring it pretty close. I mean, Jacob coming up with some heroics to kind of stabilize things, but long term it's a bit iffy. But okay, if you can do this much work with pistols, maybe it all works out.
This is
boring. To combine.
And 2 players on B is the positive for Renegades. It should be an easy side take here, although more damage done by Dead Fox. He's just dinking down a Ustillo. Bondic trying to clean up the job through the smoke as well, tags Nifty. And although it's only slight chip damage, HellRaisers have still got the chance to win around here. They haven't picked up the rifles from middle, but look at everyone getting tagged up. Even Jacob going to get shot as well. Again, the AWP swapped over, but Nifty can still use this rifle to great effect.
Voxic has picked up the AK, but that's going to slow down his rotation so much that they don't have a defuse kit, so the hopes of actually winning this retake is a lot harder. And yeah, seem to realize that Voxic's actually got to find another frag through the smoke. That's Nifty going down, but not a whole lot more he can do. So Renegades get away with a scare there.
Yeah, those are the worst rounds to lose if you're HellRaisers though, because you know you have so little invested and so like there's a real chance in that 4v3 or 3-on-2 here to at least actually give it a go and go for the retake. But it's just the lack of kit that means it's almost impossible in terms of the time. Bondic should probably chase these players up in the banana considering he has nothing to lose, but we'll just hold on to the CZ.
So the extra couple of kills that they get in does make quite the significant difference in terms of what they're going to be able to buy out. It's going to be an AWP on Voxic, dropped off by Angel. And decent amount of utility as well. That AK goes to Issa, so he's going to be able to get full grenades as well. And outside of that, I think you would have seen him buy more down to what Dead Fox is sitting at, right? FAMAS and full utility, or either that or Colt with less utility. But considering how HellRaisers played it so far, they like to play aggressively in Banana, they like to smoke off the bottom of it, so they need the utility in order to be able to maintain that kind of a play style.
But it's a slow round here from Renegades. So they try and feel out the buy. They know that HellRaisers do have money. And towards the top and middle, they set up Angels here this time instead of Woxic. So he's going to be pressured. They begin to wrap their way up through the arch. A great flashbang from Angel, but he can't follow up with the shots to connect. Ustillo does get that opening kill. And while Jacob's low, it's still looking good for Renegades, who begins to wrap the CT spawn. They can bring the bomb back down Banana. I don't think ready for this, though. He does spot Ustillo in the spawn, and Woxic moves in as well. They have their back turned. They are not ready for this one, and Woxic's going to be able to punish. Already more damage done by Renegades, so they keep things in check. As JKS finds a man in the CT spawn, this B-split finally comes through. As Dead Fox, he's going to call all of this. And you can see Issa is already on the back lines, already on the hunt up through Banana, as JKS just tries to stall this rotation, delay Woxic to get into position. And if he can, find the kill as well. It will remove a lot of the pressure. As Issa tries to retake the site, it's a weak shot that Azza eventually takes him down with. And now it is just 2 for HellRaisers. Surely Renegades have this round.
Has to be, but look at this. Woxic has managed to sneak past JKS, and I'm not really sure if JKS is aware of it. But there's also a limit to how much time HellRaisers can spend here just poking around. Shadow is going to give away the position of Dead Fox. Easy kill for Azza, and while JKS finally figures things out and eliminates Woxic. So Renegades just really showing a different side to themselves.
Yeah, and on the T side of this map, nonetheless, as well, you can see why they picked it. Clearly looking prepared and confident coming into today. Worked on their issues from last night, to some extent at least. 7-4 up.
Last the jet lag jitters, maybe.
Yeah,
that was what it was.
You never know.
In any case, though, a very different look from Renegades right now. And if they were to steal away Inferno from HellRaisers, who knows what's going to happen on the second map? Because this was the one that felt like a bit of a safe pick for HellRaisers in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, it always has been. This has always been a very comfortable map for this team. So while a lot of their work is done on the T side, yes, this is still a CT-sided map. And 4-7 is not a good scoreline for HellRaisers right now. They've just been constantly harassed with the money. It's been a big problem in this entire first half for the HellRaisers guys. And again, they are down on pistols with armor, but...
They have a scout on Woxic as well, who's already done some pretty significant work. You can see Jacob and Nifty taking down to 30 HP.
But even like with this damage in previous rounds, they've never been able to convert it.
Yeah, that is the issue. But it's small margins, right? So it only needs a little bit of luck to have that swing in your favor. Once again, though, Renegades want to head towards this B-bomb site. Spot up on it, have to get down, but trades still favor Renegades, and the bomb site is lost. What kind of retake is going to be able to set up here on the side of HellRaisers is questionable. They have a smoke and 2 flashes, but not really a whole lot to work with. One of the flashes is going to go out already, and Angel doesn't really get anything for it. Nifty missing a couple of sitters and actually taking a fair bit of damage here, down to 20.
But look at all the utility Renegades have. They still have 2 Molotovs, all these flashbangs that can go through, and you can see they're going to start to use it. Further delaying the CT retake that at this point now looks impossible. Jacob will make it so, dropping the scout of Woxic and leaving just 2 players up. Nice shot from Issa, but it's just exits at this point. It's just a formality because Renegades have already won their 8th round on this T side nonetheless. And yeah, Angel will run in, but it's not going to work out. Renegades, pretty sick start.
Yeah, great start, and they're doing it predominantly towards this B bomb side. Even in disadvantageous positions where they've gone a man down or something like that, they seemingly tend to stray towards that B bomb site. And HellRaisers just haven't really found a good way to actually deal with that. Whether we're going to see some different approach to it, maybe they want to put Woxic on and off there towards Banana to see if they can get an early pick at least. We've seen a couple of times they've gone aggressive with rifles. Angel, obviously, with the 1 push down where he finds a player through smoke. Like anything to kind of stagger what Renegades are doing or remove the utility, because Renegades have been doing an excellent job of utilizing their utility once they actually get Banana controlled. They have enough Molotovs and smokes to actually execute onto the bomb site as well, and HellRaisers on their end haven't really been able to cope with that in a good manner. So if they can't find an answer to it, it might be done and dusted. I mean, it's true what you say. They do most of their work on their T side, but you can't really let the CT side slip away completely either.
No. I mean, like, honestly, 4 to 6 rounds will make all the difference here for HellRaisers. If they go through in an 11-4 half, this is going to be really, surely Renegades, tough. Right? Surely. We're going to need something to come out from HellRaisers here and now. The solo open Woxic again. Dead Fox challenging the banana with his utility. And Woxic not confident to go for these early fights that he was showing at the start of this map when he was actually winning rounds.
Yeah, and it's not like he's been burnt by Nifty either. It's been Jacob and predominantly who's been able to win out those duels with his rifle.
It's the fear of the unknown here for HellRaisers as Renegades will smoke him off and begin to push the A site. The split through the apartments can come through as well. But Issa, he's primed and ready. His teammate needs to throw down that utility, and Angel certainly does. The fight being taken, and Issa winning the duel. He doubles it, sitting in the back of the pit and just holding on to the site and the round. The drop in from Nifty is needed. And while he does at least pull this round back somewhat and get access to the bomb, it's a 1v2 left up. The AWP of the CT side removed as Nifty can actually commit to the plant this time. And he's going to need a 4K to win this round, but already HellRaisers have split up for the retake, and Nifty has no idea. Dead Fox wrapped up on short and being pushed on the back side from Bondic, maybe even through this smoke. This might be it. Bondic's just going to run on through. Dead Fox makes contact with Nifty. He swaps positions, but Bondic does get the flick shot, looks back for the last, and Nifty finds it. This man.
That is nuts.
What?
That is absolutely insane by Nifty. Plays that so well. Gets on top of the box, which is just very, very dangerous, obviously, because he's so exposed if Bondic were to walk through the smoke, but kind of puts full faith on that smoke being a bit of a wall for himself. And the second he misses the shot onto Dead Fox as he tries to bait out one in quad, is just dropping down through the smoke, just excellently done. And so snappy and so quick to actually hit the shot on Bondic as well, because that's not an easy shot to make.
He's such a flashy AWPer. That is Nifty. That is the perfect way to describe him. And flashy as he is, he finds a clutch and pulls Renegades forward in this T side. Bondic, good night. Down the bottom and middle. HellRaisers getting torn limb by limb.
And it's such a big swing as well. As you said, it resets HellRaisers completely. So that pretty much guarantees Renegades to get to double figures. And even then, the last fight of the half is not going to be that excellent for HellRaisers either.
I mean, even if HellRaisers win that one round, it means they have a couple of buys to actually play with on the CT side. It's just like every time they get guns, they lose the round, and then boom, Renegades are back in control. All it took was that 5th round from HellRaisers, and they would have had buys up for the rest of the half, at least, as a bare minimum.
Yep. Well, we're going to see the upcoming out on Voxic again. That's a big one. We haven't seen as much impact from him as the game has progressed towards the later stages. Very active to start things off. He's, I think, still top ranking for the team with 13 frags.
15, yeah, wow.
15 now, yeah. But
it just doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, that's the thing. And again, that last turn around, even though like Isida and Angel combined very well to get a couple of kills, or 3 kills in total, I think, as Renegades execute, Voxic just gets immediately taken out by Jacob. Seems to have his number for now, so it's weirdly not the optimal we expected, but Renegades are making it work. Ooh. Nifty.
Nice work from Dead Fox. He takes initiative here in this last round of the half. Takes banana control for him. Gives it up pretty early on, but that doesn't seem to matter with the 5-on-3, and the 2 hard hitters for the side of Renegades are out.
I'm really curious as to what zoom sensitivity Nifty is using.
Yeah.
It's so quick to actually just like scope or move away with the scope in.
You think
as that flash came out?
You're talking about high sensitivity. We got Voxic on the server.
No, I'm talking about like high zoom sensitivity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Voxic has ridiculous, like 7 sensitivity or something.
It's
absolutely
something stupid,
incredible. But yeah, zoom sensitivity would be a bit of a different beast. Issa is on one for now, finding 2 quick frags, and that leaves Azza all by his lonesome. Nearly full HP, but you still got to go through 5 HellRaisers players. Well, that's not going to be the case. Issa closes out the round in style.
Where was that flawless round from HellRaisers when they actually needed it? When they actually needed to win a round so they could have money? Yeah, they take it flawlessly, cool, but it doesn't matter. It's the last round of the half. You would have wanted that quite a few rounds earlier.
Maybe they could bring bring some of the money with them.
Yeah,
or to the
pistol round. That sounds
That'd be great.
Do you remember what you could used to do with a Mac 10, especially on like Dust 2?
Oh yeah, you get the first. You have a guy buy a deagle for a buddy. Buddy gets a 1 dig through double doors, buys a Mac 10.
I mean, you can still do that, can't you?
I'm trying to think. The Mac 10 is what?
1150.
Yeah.
Oh no,
no, you get 300 for a deagle kill, right?
Damn, you need 2 kills in mid.
Rip.
That's never gonna happen.
You say that, but Have you seen me with a deagle?
Oh, I don't know. Get into matchmaking. Let's do this.
It's actually really annoying because you can't one-shot people from T-spawn to double doors.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think the max damage is like 98 or 94 from that distance,
They've
which
done
is
that on
ridiculous
purpose.
because the Deagle should be able to one-shot people at any sort of range. It's
Yeah,
like the same caliber as an AWP.
Yeah, the CZ should also be able to get 5 kills in 1 mag, you know. Oh, wait, it already can.
Yeah.
Renegades in the favor.
Justice for the Deagle.
Moving into this second half. Full armor and a triple B setup. They expected something fast-paced for HellRaisers, but it's a slow default with a crawl in through the apartments. Nifty and Ustillo. They sit in the pit.
Very different approach than what we saw out of HellRaisers. HellRaisers were so active in their pistol round. Like they were just constantly getting in the backs of Renegades, but they're going to get a surprise here. The two pit players actually going to be able to find 2 frags here.
Ooh,
Job well done.
Maybe more for Ustillo. He's still denying this. He's delaying it so well. Finds 2 headshots to come through, and now it's just Dead Fox and Issa. Bomb can be planted at the very least, but we are going to need a big old round from HellRaisers here. No kit for the retake, though, so Renegades are going to be pressed for time. Dead Fox, good position considering he has no body armor, so wants to play that headshot angle, try and grab a quick kill. He needs to because they're flooding into the site like mad men. Issa does get 1 kill, and the bomb is planted for him, allowing him to get 2. 1 shot needed with a reload first, and he goes in for it, but Azza is too quick. And that will be Renegades taking the second pistol round as well. This is already starting to look a bit terrifying for HellRaisers.
Yeah, curtains are starting to close here. That was a very, very important pistol round for HellRaisers. And considering how, we have to consider the fact that on the CT side, obviously very different guns and how you approach every round, but the fact that they only managed to get 2 weapon rounds is a bit of a worrying sign because they did 1 pistol, 1 to 2 following into ecos. This time around, they're not going to get that benefit. Instead, it's going to be Renegades who have the chance to bolster up their economy and also get quite the cushion for themselves. Really like that AR implemented into the game. That looks so sick.
Yeah, I've never seen any other company do this. This is new.
They've done a lot of firsts like that, which is really cool. Like the wanted poster of Edward, I think it was, or something.
Oh yeah,
on Mirage.
And all the like custom like
decals and everything.
Yeah, custom like maps and stuff like that. Overpass map on the EA site they changed last StarSeries or a couple ago, I think. They even did team gloves first. Team gloves before Valve even had gloves in the game.
Pretty next level.
Well,
so
HellRaisers.
HellRaisers, they're doing stuff. Yeah, and that's the ZZ going to full work, and they're actually going to get 2 opening frags. Might even be 3. A lot of damage done on Bondic and Dead Fox. Finally getting Dead Fox down, but numbers massively advantaged for HellRaisers here.
And weaponry.
Yeah, weaponry in as well. Actually, if you're Jacob and JKS, I think you just have to give this up. Yeah, they do. They want to hold on to that Kevlar. Obviously, the MP9 and UMP, not necessarily the hottest commodities in the game, but you can still do some damage in the following round. But power of the ZZ. You see Angel just winning out the duel. Obviously, not optimal shooting from the Renegades side, but still, it's a crab-walking ZZ player. You shouldn't be a reality where that's actually working out. That's life.
I love how much you hate it, by the way.
Oh, it's by far the dumbest thing ever implemented in CS.
Yeah, I can get mine.
Because everything else we've been able to kind of fend off. Like tactical shield in 1.6, immediately banned from competitive play.
Do you remember the money system in Source?
Dynamic pricing. But again, that also got banned out from competitive play, right? Like,
yeah.
We had the
that was fun. That was a good couple of weeks, though. That was fun, wasn't it? You know,
Deagle costing about like $16,000.
Yeah, and then you'd literally like no one would buy the AWP, and then you'd straight up have it for like
for free.
$500. Yeah,
ridiculous stuff. Thankfully, that didn't become a thing for good reason. But you know, CZ has managed to prevail through a lot of things.
I mean, maybe we should add dynamic pricing back, and then we would never be able to play with the CZ.
That would actually be great.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
That would be the dream. In any case,
Kevs every round.
HellRaisers, they don't get the pistol, but they do manage to strike right back with ZZs. And what was looking at like an opportunity for Renegades to get up to 13-5 and actually just really get a solid grip on this game is lost almost immediately, unless they can do something themselves. They haven't really invested a whole lot into this, as you can tell. JKS and JKM, the 2 people who saved in the previous round, are the only ones really wielding anything of note. We'll see, though. HellRaisers at least doing their due diligence, using their utility efficiently to grab map control.
Look at this rotate, though. Renegades are pulling another man over towards B, and it's all because of HellRaisers' early presence on A. They think maybe it's a fake and we're going to see this late round B execute. I think it's actually the opposite. They showed early presence on A. They were going to throw smokes to B, but now they just opted not to even do that. They're just going to burst out the apartments instead. With only one man on the site, Renegades, their time in this round is short-lived, especially Nifty's, who has a USP sitting on default. Good luck, buddy.
The USP,
yeah,
what? Finds one frag.
I'll take that. I would take that if I'm Nifty.
Yeah. Question is if they're going to send Ustillo and Azza onto the extremities of the map to see if they can find any roaming HellRaisers players and just hold on to the Kevlar for JKS and JKim going into the next round. Remains to be seen.
They don't really have any money at all built up yet. This is still going to be another eco coming through for Renegades.
Because they really want to hold on to those P250s and don't want to reinvest that $300. That's fair enough. I mean,
cheap.
In the long run, everything mounts up. Maybe it's going to be that extra flash that you couldn't afford otherwise, or something like that.
And again, they're at 11-7. It's not a worry yet for Renegades. They're still in control of this map.
Absolutely.
We just need to wait for that buy round, right? That's going to make all the difference, really. Because if HellRaisers win the next buy round, then suddenly they're probably, what, 11-10. And yeah, no, 11-10. And if Renegades win it, then hey, they can close out the map before HellRaisers really build the economy. But after these back and forth force buys, HellRaisers are certainly going to have some good money for now. These SMGs have been racking up cash, as you can see.
Doing good work there. No off being invested yet. Obviously no point for Voxic to potentially lose that. Here we go again. 3 players towards B for Renegades, similar to Pistol Round, albeit Nifty and Ustillo not in pit this time around. A bit more of a forward stance.
And Renegades, they spent their entire T side just hitting the B side. Now, it's HellRaisers on the T side only hitting A, right? We keep seeing Renegades go for these triple stacks, but HellRaisers want nothing to do with it, so they're just not getting countered by any of the setups of Renegades. Very unfortunate, but we are on these ecos, so it's okay. When we get to right rounds, I imagine we're going to see more of a standard setup with a 3-2 in favor of A, as HellRaisers there. This round, this is theirs. 8th got to be taken here as Renegades look for any kind of damage they can in terms of exits with these SMGs, but sprayed down, tagged with the smoke, rush through the smoke, to their death they go, Woxic with 2.
And in all honesty, I probably, like, if you've held on to your Kevlar and all that stuff on JKS and JKim for that long, probably not a bad idea to do it once more. I mean, it's again, I still think they had a smoke and a flash on them as well, so that would have been, a fair bit of money saved up, 1,500 on each.
I guess it's like they don't want to run the SMGs into this round anyway.
No, they drop the weapons, but they hold on to the Kevlar and the utility, which is, again, a fair bit of money.
Yeah. The thing is, I agree with that. I would like if teams did that, but teams never do. If they have SMG armor, they'll just go die and hope that they can get a kill on the way out or something.
Jacob still makes it work, though. So Angel is dropped right off the bat into the round. Dead Fox also taking a little bit of damage, and that's banana control completely lost for HellRaisers. Still have the utility to re-engage at a later date, but for now it's going to be the rotation coming over from Renegades. So they're playing the more, I guess, more of the setups that we saw recently on day 1 whenever Inferno was played, leaving one man as the sole defender on B. Needs to be seen what HellRaisers wants to do with this.
Fake smoke towards long, but I feel like HellRaisers are looking at this B site with anticipation. The only JKS here, he has a smoke primed and ready, so the second he spots anyone, drop that down, pull back, call for a rotate, and now that he's got no utility, you can already see Nifty moves back, because they go, okay, right, they can just walk on at any point in the next 10, 15 seconds, though HellRaisers won't. Nifty's rotated, but so have they.
Yeah, and the big issue for Renegades here is that they don't have necessarily too many Molotovs and smokes to hold people off, so this is going to be down to firepower here. JKim tucked away in the corner. He might get mollied out here. Plenty of Molotovs to use for HellRaisers as well. 4 to their name. They're actually just going to walk it.
Ooh.
They're going to go on contact.
And there's 20 seconds left. You can't afford to walk for this long.
Is it not going to clear the corner?
Oh, good timing. And that's it. 15 seconds. Now they can just collapse on this A bomb site. Ustillo's flashed to the pit, but they haven't cleared him out, and he's held off on the man on long. That was a big issue, but Dead Fox double open, so HellRaisers still in this round. That was scary for a second, because once Ustillo kills Issa at the back of long, there's only the close pit players that can stop him. Luckily enough, Dead Fox does step up to the mark, and now we have 2 players from Renegades running back, and this is it. This is where HellRaisers start to pull things back into question and go, okay, you know, we may have had a weak first half. The game's not over before it's over.
That's definitely true. And I guess the benefit of them actually just going for a contact play in that situation instead of just telegraphing their play with a bunch of Molotovs instead of flying over is the fact that there's no rotation in time for the CTs over at the B bomb side. Nifty is no longer that active player who can actually be a rotator. He's committed to the B bomb site because they have no information to go off of, and HellRaisers can just immediately get control over the bomb site as soon as he's still and as it goes down. They do cut it close, though. We saw that Renegades do that for one round as well. I think it was their first buy round, too. So both teams starting kind of similarly in that sense, letting it go to the very late stages of the first buy round.
Well, it worked out. 9-11, and Renegades aren't fully buying around these two save guns. Good decision. They've got lost bonus kicked in, and now they can just get CZs. Still a chance to win this round. It's not over by any means in this one.
Nifty can do a lot of damage with that up. We've seen that already. He's going to get aggressive as well. Angel spots out. Ooh, Nifty's going to continue. Usually
like
you see when people
this.
Yeah, well, it's oftentimes when you see people do this, they just kind of they spot or they jump over to spot if there's anyone in second mid, and then they rotate back over towards A-Halls. Nifty's going to get the deep angle. He's going to find the kill as well. Bonding was definitely aware of it, though. You can see he was trying to shoulder peek time and time again.
And then Nifty just kind of moved out to the left, so he has a wide angle. More chance of seeing Bonding, more legs shown.
Yeah, let's see how it's spread out. HellRaisers are as well. It's all the way up in apps here. Going to poke and prod. JKS doesn't actually come away with it, and that means there's no rotation needed necessarily, and there's already a boost up on A here. Jacob and Steal, and they have Azza to back them up as well. Jacob's going to win out the first duel. Oh, and they're going to use Jacob as bait here.
I like that, yeah, he falls off. There's no way they check the second position, but in the meantime, there's already more kills coming through from Azza, and there we go. It's the bait that works out. Ustillo hides in the corner, and that will win Renegades the half-buy round with 3 CZ75s, even unarmored players, and they still managed to get it done. Pretty good round from Renegades.
Very well done.
All things considered.
Yeah, nice little bait play on the B-bomb side, and obviously Nifty alleviating so much pressure by being that aggressive presence in A-apps. Bondic did his damnedest to try to bait out a shot, didn't work out, but they're still going to have a nice little buy coming in there off the back of them resetting Renegades initially as well. So up on Voxic, now kind of the real game begins.
Oh, and Nifty into second mid as well. He just spotted a player on the cross. Smoke is down, but he still has a gap on the edge of it. In the meantime, it's Dead Fox dead as Jacob sprays him down through the smoke, follows up with a nade tag. Voxic. Issa, the apartments man, the local apps resident, is going to jump out his way to short. No one here, no one's spotting at all. Nifty does go for a blind shot, but he has to run back. The smoke is down and he's getting hounded. Angel is now in the CT spawn. They could choose to split towards B, but look at the push down from Renegades. They're already at the bottom of middle. These rotations are going to be so damn fast, and they may not even be required because we've got kills coming through from everyone on the site. Nifty with the AWP again. 2 more frags found. And it's just Voxic left up, already caught by the back line. And that's Renegades with a very, very clean rifle round.
Very solid. Jacob finding that kill through smoke. That's the second time he's done that already. And Nifty doing some stellar op work there on the side. And again, they get it into a defensive enough position. Nifty barely managing to eke away from Archway there. It's a similar position that we saw Voxic get caught out once on their CT side. But him being able to get into a position on site that gives you that triangle defense with the 2 players on site and 1 in pit, that's so hard to deal with for T sides.
This could be Renegade's game here and now if they can just win this round, put HellRaisers money in the bin. And at 14, that would be a horrible time to have that happen, at least for HellRaisers.
Definitely so. Renegade's probably more or positive to that scenario. See what it comes down to, though. 4 Molotovs and 3 smokes left on the side of HellRaisers. Dead Fox just a little bit isolated from the rest of his team as he takes the first peek, but now Molotov's going in. Jacob's going to get forced out of position. He's going to get aggressive, and he gets the frag onto Angel as well. Definitely not an expected move.
It's a risky one, but I kind of like it because he knows if he plays passive, he's already low, so it's unlikely he's going to get that kill. Bondic's timing, very unfortunate. Looks away as Ustillo rounds the angle, so Renegades keep that man advantage. Pretty sick start to this one as well. And although the AWP is still in play for Voxic, they need a hero to step up now because Renegades split equally, 2-2.
Yeah, so a bit of a weakened A side, but they still have the pit position. That's going to be such a hassle. No longer that many Molotovs. They only have one on Voxic to clear out one specific angle, and that's not going to be enough to cover off the pit area. And you can see Still is playing under balcony as well. Nifty can draw so much attention as well. Nice smoke, though.
Oh, Nifty. He has a perfect angle for this, but they're going to peek right below the smoke. He doesn't spot anyone. Looks back up top, but oh, they're just planting for it. They're just going for it. Woxic in the smoke, and Nifty misses both shots. That surely could have connected, but the third does. Dead Fox is gone. And now the man advantage back up for Renegades, but they are being wrapped. Issa's pushed up aggressively, and Nifty, he's none the wiser. About to get caught in the corner, and Issa silencing him there. It's a push up from short that Issa can't defend from, and now it's just Woxic with the orb, isolated and caught in between two. It's Azza to finish off the round, and with plenty of time for the defuse as well. Renegades have done it 14 here on the CT side, but that bomb plant may have just made the difference with HellRaisers' money.
Definitely has. Nifty's wild firing through the smoke.
Oh, Azza. Woof. Dirty.
Yeah, no, but that bomb plant actually makes a massive difference in terms of what they're going to be able to buy. They can actually get AKs and well, utility if they'd like to do so. They're actually going to opt for ZZs instead. Pretty heavy on utility as well. So they're giving themselves 2 opportunities in that sense. They're going to have a buy in the next round, regardless of how this pans out. But we did see them have success with a similar buy just a couple of rounds ago.
Yeah, I cannot count them out.
Definitely can't. Nifty. It's going to get aggressive again. It's nice to see Nifty not being afraid to get in there, and he's going to find Issa as well. So the apartment plague, really, that's been constantly grabbing map control for HellRaisers is gone. Still lurking around in apps here behind the smoke. Bondic seems to be aware of it.
So much noise being made on short as well from Azza. I'm surprised Bondic is so focused on Eustilo's position, who has begun to back off. As the smokes line up for HellRaisers, they will be seemingly committing towards the A site, but again, not really a lot of options with just these CZs in terms of range. If they wrap long, while it is open right now, they don't know it. It's a very risky position, but they can get this B split underway. There's no one here for Renegades having rotated back, so Jacob's got to defend it from the CT spawn. He does know it's coming through at the very least, so it won't catch him off guard, but will he catch them? That's a yes. 2 headshots in for Jacob, and the B players, who are obviously pushing up Banana given the split, are, well, being chased.
Chased in a big way. It's big game hunting time. Voxic, the almost extinct T, soon to be at least. Nifty's going to take a pot shot. Actually gives an opportunity for Voxic to whiff an entire clip.
No!
Oh, buddy. All right, Azza decides to show some mercy. But that definitely didn't pan out.
I like the attempt, though.
Yeah, no, it's, you know, A for effort.
He had a pistol as well. It was just like, no. Oh, it was a CZ. It would have taken so long to build together. Like Lego.
Lego, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Nifty just making his impact felt on this game. Same thing with Jacob as well. Both having excellent games. Really just bringing Renegades to map point. Definitely an unexpected outcome so far. This was meant to be the map where HellRaisers showcased their skill. Instead, it's been Renegades to show that yesterday was simply a fluke, and JKS burns Dead Fox to a crisp.
Dear, oh dear. Already a man down at the Banana.
A lot of the times we've seen this, like, there's not really too much committal towards Banana early on from HellRaisers. It's, if anything, it's a sole player, or they just ban through smoke. They don't really seem to care about it. Whenever that deep smoke comes down, they just ignore the entire area, which hasn't really panned out for them. So even though they get Banana control later on into the round, it's often off to the back of being at a man disadvantage.
Now, Renegades 4 kills away from stealing away HellRaisers map pick. Go, make that just 3. Eustilo with a perfect flashbang, popping him into the apartments. Renegades 1 by 1, they're getting rid of HellRaisers. There hasn't been any trading on these last 2 kills. Both players very separated. As HellRaisers now look to maybe group up and go for a site attack. The time hints towards it, 45 seconds on the clock. They can't leave this too late. This could be the last round of this map entirely. And Angel looks at the Banana, but again, JKS peeks out. And again, we have another 1v1 for Renegades. The trade is back, and Issa's taking down a man in the apartment, so they will split this A site after all. Nifty's trying to rotate back in with the AWP, but it doesn't matter when Azza's in the pit to hold down the line. And 20 seconds left up. The AWPer on his own, and it's just not going to work out. Renegades take 16-9 on the first map, showing, again, that you said, yesterday was not what they can just bring to the table.
Definitely a fluke and a much better showing from the Renegades side here. Everyone really contributing as well. And, to start things off, it was a lot about Jacob and Nifty, understandably so, but you see you still getting up there in terms of total frags as well. Azza coming in with big rounds as well, and JKS doing his thing. So overall, great performance from Renegades, and that has to be a nice way to start off the best of 3, stealing away HellRaisers map pick and doing it in pretty convincing fashion.
And the players that usually hype up the team, Issa on your screens now, he is not looking too happy about that performance, and I don't blame him. That is a weird game to lose if you are HellRaisers, and that's got to feel pretty bad, to be honest. Like this is a series that on paper you should be winning.
Yeah, no, definitely so, especially with how they've been playing as of late, right? They've been on gradual improvement, similar to Renegades, but they've been doing it versus better opponents, I guess, on an average level, right? Playing in that EU division and doing pretty well for themselves. So, yeah, no, definitely not what I expected. I could very easily see this going to a 3-mapper, but that was before Renegades stole away Inferno in convincing fashion.
I don't know what to think now, because of course it wasn't even their map pick that they took away. So moving forward, Renegades in a very, very good chance now moving to where they're more comfortable. Good shot at 2-0ing this series.
Yeah, that would have been an excellent turnaround for them after a shocking start to the tournament. But remains to be seen. For now, though, we'll be heading to a quick break, but make sure you don't miss out on the second map.